Hitmen, torture videos, and a yard of human skin. They're just a few of the things you can get on the deepest, darkest enclaves of the internet. Today we're looking at 10 things you can actually find on the dark web. Number 10. Passports. We'll start with the light stuff. How would you feel about getting your hands on a new Maltese passport? That's possible on the dark web if you have about $4,000. Say bonjour to a French passport for $3,000, and a Polish one is a bargain at just $2,500. But these documents are forgeries. The good stuff doesn't come cheap. A 100% state-issued passport for the UK was $17,116. The sites usually say something like, "These passports came from our corrupt immigration police contacts." But you have to take their word for it. And given who you're dealing with, that is not something we'd recommend. But fake passports aren't the only thing you can buy on some sites. How about some 80% pure Colombian cocaine? Number 9. Drugs. Drugs are everywhere on the dark web. It is a veritable candy store for pills, powders, and chemicals that bend your mind. The Global Drug Survey said about 1/4 of British people get their fix from the dark web. Only Finland and Norway had higher rates of drug users buying on the dark web, at 46% and 30% respectively. It goes like this. You find a marketplace and then someone will tell you to contact a person through an encrypted messaging service. That person then gets your address and sends the drugs through the post, where your China White or Colombian nose candy is very well concealed in the package. A BBC headline in 2017 asked, "Is your postman delivering drugs?" The answer was yes, he probably is. Users told the BBC they were 99% sure their drugs would always arrive. It might be illegal, but it is reliable. Let's take a trip to Walmart, the dark web version. Number 8. Dark Walmarts. The authorities like to say the golden age of buying illegal things on the dark web has come to an end. But we beg to differ. It's quite easy to find a one-stop shop for just about anything illegal. 2 guys in the US who went by the usernames of Dope Nugget, Sydney, or Zero Angel made millions of dollars from 2018 to 2020 with their dark web enterprise they called Empire Market. These guys really were the Walmart of illicit goods. Their marketplace advertised fraud, jewelry, credit card numbers, software and malware, counterfeit money, and oxycodone. Their business was worth $430 million by the time they were arrested. In 2024, the Nemesis market was taken down. This was an escrow market with 26,000 listings, selling mostly tech-related stuff, such as compromised data and hacking services and tools. Or if you prefer a more streamlined affair, use one of the auto shop markets where you can get your hands on digital products such as people's login credentials or financial data, and there is little to no contact with the seller. These markets made $1.7 billion in 2023, so no, the golden age is far from over. Okay, time to get down with some dark web violence. Number 7. Hitmen. We'll talk about real murder on the dark web later, but for now, let's stick to fake hitmen. These sites keep popping up even though it is well known they're scams or are run by someone working with the cops. A woman in the US named Alexis was approached by detectives in 2023 because someone had paid a dark web website $5,770 in Bitcoin to have her kidnapped and murdered. This is known as murder for hire. There are plenty of buyers on the dark web, but it seems they are usually the victim of a scam or a trap. In 2024, the Department of Homeland Security reported that a 42-year-old woman in Queens, New York offered cryptocurrency, cash, and even sexual favors to someone on one of these sites to have her ex-partner's new wife and her daughter killed. She paid $5,000 in Bitcoin and another $5,000 in cash, but the website was a total scam. The Azerbaijani Eagles Killer for Hire website didn't really murder people for $5,000, and the Slayer's Hitman site didn't really torture people to death for $50,000. Annoyed that people are besmirching their good name, hitmen now provide video proof of services with timestamps to showcase their work, which is nice of them. So we've looked at taking someone's entire life, but can you just get a piece of them on the dark web? Number 6. Organs. Even though it sounds like something from a Hollywood horror movie, illegal organ trafficking is real. Kidneys are in high demand, and so are livers and corneas. Some of the emerging markets are for human embryos, eggs, and skin. Yes, you heard us, skin. Most of the skin on the dark web comes from Nepal. Well, at least that's according to an investigation in 2017, which said Nepali women were selling 20 inches of skin from their back, which went through various sketchy people until it was eventually used for penis and breast enlargements in wealthy nations. There have also been cases of someone in a foreign country getting sick, and after being helped out by seemingly friendly locals, They've woken up from a deep sleep with a missing organ. In 2023, a Nigerian man went to England for what he was told was a great work opportunity, and after he met a man, he woke up minus a kidney. Illegal organ trafficking is thought to generate $840 million to $1.7 billion a year, with about 10,000 kidneys sold every year. Again, it's not easy to find a seller when you're looking through the dark web, but if you know where to look, a kidney could be yours. But organs aren't the only thing you can buy. Number 5. Animals. If you want to buy an exotic animal, look no further than the dark web. Not long back, a website calling itself Dark Jungle bragged that it was the dark web's premier classified site for exotic pets. You can also find websites that explain how you can clip your dog's ears, an illegal practice. Even worse, on other sites, people who breed or buy dogs for fighting exchange information on what drugs you can feed your dog for its upcoming fight, which is also illegal in most countries. People are strange, but are robots even stranger? Number 4. AI. We've all seen the reports that AI will take our jobs, but there is one job no one should be doing, including AI. Recent reports state that AI is being used to create illegal sexualized images of all kinds of things, from non-consenting adults to even worse. Of course, AI companies have rules against this, but on dark web forums, producers of the material share tips on how to create images that won't get flagged. On one dark web forum with 3,000 members, close to 80% of people in a poll said they had already used or intended to use AI to create such images. It's a bit of a legal gray area, since the images are based on people but don't contain an actual person. All we know is it's wrong. Speaking of which, number 3. Torture. People share torture clips on the dark web, and sometimes they sell them to sickos at high prices. In 2021, a TV personality in the US named Josh Duggar was arrested. No doubt all you Americans out there know that story. We won't go into all the details, but on Duggar's computer was a video titled Daisy's Destruction. One of the agents who investigated the case said it was one of the worst things he'd ever seen. This video, made by an Australian man named Peter Scully with the help of 2 women from the Philippines, features them doing horrible things to very young girls, including Daisy. The video could be bought on the dark web for about $10,000, and obviously people bought it. Unfortunately, even though the torture rooms called Red Rooms might be an urban legend, people do share this kind of thing on the dark web. It's not live streamed as the myth goes, but videos of this nature do exist. In 2024, a man in Ohio admitted in court to having shared videos featuring mutilation, torture, and murder, which he said he'd traded on the dark web for other similar materials. All of these images and videos featured kids. When the police got his phone, they found 3,000 images and 900 videos, some of them with victims who were very, very young. Where exactly he was trading his materials, we don't know, but the evidence is that such places exist. Now for the weirdest story in this video. Number 2. Kidnapping. The Black Death group, allegedly from Eastern Europe, would kidnap and photograph young women who were then supposedly auctioned off to wealthy buyers from around the world. In 2017, Łukasz Paweł Herba, a 30-year-old Polish man living in England, lured a 20-year-old British model named Chloe Ayling to a fake photo shoot in Milan, but instead he kidnapped her. Herba said he was affiliated with the Black Death group. Herba had injected Ayling with ketamine, put her in a suitcase, and driven her away in the trunk of a car to a secure location. Ayling said he tied her up in a room and told her that she was going to be, quote, sold to Arabs, who would, quote, feed you to tigers when they got bored with you. Her price was 300,000 euros. The UK's National Crime Agency said it had no evidence of such auctions on the dark web, but said people selling sexual services were getting more and more common. But if you care to go searching on the dark web, you can find photos of women tied up with prices below the picture. One site claimed that they could kidnap a specific target for your needs. Are these photos real or are they doctored? Are these women really for sale? It's hard to say, but after what you're about to hear, it'll certainly seem believable. Number 1. Inspiration to murder. In 2023, 2 15-year-old kids, a boy and a girl, stabbed a 16-year-old named Brianna Jai 28 times in the head, neck, back, and chest in Warrington, England. The girl was fascinated with American serial killers, and the boy had a thing about knives. The two were said to have sadistic tendencies, especially the girl. She admitted in court to having dark fantasies about killing people. The two had drawn up a 4-person kill list but only got as far as Jai. The investigator said the girl had downloaded the Tor browser to visit the dark web, and for a few months she had watched torture and murder videos of real people. Before the murder, she sent the boy a message saying, "I love watching torture vids, real ones on the dark web." She said she had found an actual red room where people were tortured and killed live for a paying audience. Was she making it up to impress the boy? When you consider the site Dark Scandals, owned by two Dutchmen, sold 2,000 nasty videos of horror that were not fake, making $2 million in the process, it's evident that darkness is real. They were arrested in 2020, and their utterly obscene website was taken down. But if there is one thing we've learned about the dark web, when one site goes, another takes its place. Now you need to watch This Is How the FBI Will Catch You on the Dark Web, or have a look at what are red rooms of the dark web. Are they real?